Alright guys, what's going on? So, we had a hiccup when we did the wicking portion of the Voltrove RBA. So, today, I have not one, but two of them to build. So I thought, now's the perfect time. Dive in, build them, talk about coil leg length, so on and so forth, and how I wick these. So, that being said, let's dive in. All right, so we don't need to go through and discuss the packaging. We just got to get our atomizer all set up here. So we're going to remove the condensation plug first. Get our driver out of our packaging here. Have to remove the gold pin. I'm sure if you guys have got this far already and you're struggling with wicking, I don't need to say this, but we're going to anyways. We'll call it habitual. Okay. Get our base out, screw the two together. Nice and snug. Okay. .3mm screws on these. So if you have a nice driver from like Steam Crave products that you use with Steam Crave products, they also work on this, so I don't have to use the little Allen key. Leg length. For me, leg length at 4mm is perfect. Okay. This is one of my quads at 3mm. Super light gauge material, so you don't need to absolutely murder the grub screws. You can actually fracture the coil leg because it's light gauge material. So we got our mandrel in there. We're going to get ourselves right over the airflow and level. So the mandrel I use is 5mm at the base. I put the 3mm in and rest the 5mm mandrel on the edge. For me, it's perfect coil height. From there, I just come in, try and level it out so it's appeasing to the eye. That is what I'm going for. Okay, let's set this over here. Got our DNA dialed down to 10 watts. New coil. Start to see color. Beautiful thing about these little micros, single coils, is it takes almost no time at all to break them in. I just go slow so I don't blow past the color phase. Beautiful blue. Let's go up to 25 watts. Shorten our pulses. at this point, I'm going to remeasure. So now we've come up a little bit, come up a whole lot. Now we're going to go up to 35 watts. No hot spots. Last stop and the destination is 50. 50 is literally just to quickly pulse check and try and make a hot spot pop up so that it doesn't later on after we disturb the coil with running cotton through it. As you can see, heating up perfectly. Now, let's get to business. Let's get to work. Cotton needs cotton. For a 3 mil in a diameter, right around an 1/8 of an inch strip of Muji cotton is what I suggest. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 now, set one off to the side. If you're questioning whether or not your hands are clean, go wash them. Okay? Don't play with cotton with dirty hands. So this is what we're looking for. I actually cut on the 1/4 inch line, so I don't go past it, I don't go before it, I cut on the line for any of you tradespeople out there. That's also why I say about a 1/4 of an inch. Little pull, little roll, then we eyeball it. Perfect. That's why you do that little pull, because that's the section where you did the little pull is what you want sitting inside your coil. Okay? Now, for the not so tricky but somewhat tricky part, what I do is I take a pair of very sharp scissors, I go right against the edge of the RBA, and I do a little bit of a gangster lean here. Actually go a little shorter. What you're looking for is when you're done cutting your wicks, you want to be able to basically look down, straight down, and have the ends of your wicks pretty much flush with the bottom of the RBA. Okay? You know, we get down, when in doubt, fluff it out. Chamo. You're not looking to thin it. You're just fluffing. Nice and fluffy. Now we're going to tuck it. I tuck this just like I tuck everything else. I'm not jamming it down there so the cotton ends up like this in there. I'm picking the end up and setting it in. Some people may say, does that really matter? Well, I run mine on a MacBoro with a 0.26 build and can pull on it until I kill the battery or run out of juice. So I would say it's important. I would say it's important. Okay, so one side done. All right, so we've got our cotton in, it's placed, it's nice and fluffy, we didn't pack it, it's exactly what we're looking for. The last step that I do is, if you're familiar with wicked bridged, right? Everybody says poke the hole. On this, what I do is I come into the wick ports. You can do this with anything. All I do is slightly lift the cotton up. And I'll show you what we're looking for here. The reason behind the poking of the hole in the bridged is the same reason I do it in this. What it does, it creates a capillary in the base for juice to come in, and it sits there. It doesn't go anywhere because your cotton swells once it gets juice on it, so it can't go up and leak. It just sits, so your wicks are always saturated. That's it. Put our top back on. We're gonna just get that cotton out of the way, just for curb appeal only. These are going to a buddy of mine over in Germany, so we're going for that new in box open up, oh my god feel. Okay, so 11 minutes in, we got time for another one. So that is done. We're going to take our pin at this point, the gold part that you had to remove, reattach said pin. Again, nothing too crazy. A little tight, snug, and you're done. Bottoms back together, all done. Voila. Set that over there. Now, let's grab Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver. Again, same steps. Pop off the condo plug, remove your pin. Don't drop it. Okay. Nice and snug. Loosen up our screws. Now, right, when you get comfy with it, you can just flow. We said 4mm on our legs. Okay. Boom, drop it in. Grab our mandrel. Mandrel in. Coil fully seated in the post holes. Snug. Snug. Arrange. Centered over the airflow. I like it. Okay. Second coil is installed. Good old 3040 NAD Alien. 6 wrap, 3 mil. Now, don't hit the fire button. Turn your device back down. 10 watts. New resistance. Absolutely. Start over. Let's go. You'll find the Alien's going to heat up a little quicker. 2 reasons for that. 1, contact cores. 2, well, a little less mass. Looking perfect. Again, like this stuff is so quick here. Let's jump up to 22 watts, go back into our settings, remeasure, bingo. Right on the money, 0.57. Not even going to touch it. Jump up again. 35 watts. So a lot of the times when I'm strumming coils, right, I'm actually kind of banging around on them because sometimes that's all it takes to make a hot spot kick up. And I'm trying to replicate the resistance the coil is going to feel when I run cotton through it. So, you know, a little tappy sometimes is all it takes to get some hot spots to kick up, rake them out, and then should be good to go. I'm going to jump up to 50 watts. There's a hot spot. I use ceramic tweezers. I've always used ceramic tweezers. Not everybody uses ceramic tweezers. You don't need them. Metal tweezers, anything. Piece of wire, whatever you want to use works. So I've just always had these because I can put it on the coil and hit the fire button and nothing happens. Okay, 50 watts, we're done. Ready to wick. We already got our piece of cotton already cut. Again, 1/4 inch, cut on the line, Muji pads. Don't ask me about cotton bacon, KGB, insert any other fancy kind of cotton in a line right here. I don't know. I don't use that stuff. I've never used that stuff, mainly because these are so easy to use and repeat over and over and over again. My super OCD would literally have me weighing out cotton to figure out the perfect amount of cotton needed to wick something. Ain't nobody got time for that. Perfect. Cotton's run through. Again, we come in at the end. Snip it. We're going pretty much straight up and down. Snip it. Fluff game. Fluff game. Lift and tuck. If this process for someone takes like 10 or 15 minutes to just re-wick something, you're putting way too much thought into it and giving this way too much credit. Okay? The longer you take to do this, the longer you're going to second guess what you did and probably revisit it and likely mess it up. So, got our cotton put in place, come in, little lift up. That's all you're looking for. Little lift. Boom. You can see that little space where the cotton's basically half in the wicking window. And the rest of it is like a pom-pom sitting on top. That's all you're after. That is all you're after. These, from this point, can be juiced up and running comfortably from 35 to 60 watts, if not more. So, let's take it up top. All right, back up top. Those are all set, ready to go. Figured I'd grab mine. Again, running in a Cherry Pine 0.26 freshly charged battery, straight off the charger. Angry. Pull, 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 pull. And if we can see in there, you'll see there's no fluid in there. You can see it's wicking. That's how I get down. hopefully you guys that are struggling try this and it works out fantastic. For me, this bridge, since I've had it, has not left this device and has not left my hand. Just excellent. Hopefully this helps out, guys. If it does, throw down a like. If you're not subbed, sub. Peace.